What's going on, guys? I am making a second video on an HTM Snap knife. I made a video about this about 2 months ago. There's one unzip. And it had nothing but problems. This is the Kirby Lambert design, the HTM Snap. So anyway, I sent it back to HTM, and I was kind of getting the runaround on it the first time. Kept saying they were working on it, and like 3 weeks later, I was just fed up, and I was like, look, what's the deal? You guys had this knife forever. There was one thing that needed to be fixed or replaced. So anyway, somehow they magically overnighted the knife back to me the next day. Anyway, the problem on the first video was the liner lock. You see how the engagement on that? Man, maybe 20-30%. Anyway, on my first video, this liner lock slid all the way over, and it was almost nearly impossible to unlock it. So, and then there was also the up and down slop in there. No side to side, no up and down on this one. So anyway, they overnighted the one back to me, and I guess they replaced the liner in there. It's a hardened titanium, runs almost the length of the handle on the inside, and it was cool. They fixed it. But what was weird is when I got it back, the liner lock still slid over 100%, and it was still almost impossible to unlock it. But like I said, they took out the blade slot. There was no play, no slop, nothing. It was awesome. So I was like, all right, maybe I'll work with it. You know, I'm not trying to sound too picky or anything. So after a couple days of playing with it, something didn't look right on the knife. There is a stop bar right there. See that? That's a pretty beefy stop bar there. So anyway, I noticed when I was flipping this thing open, it was listing every time it would snap open. So it was almost like angled down, right? But what it looked like is there was a pin in there, and then the stop bar was like hollow, and there was a pin, like a secondary or something. I don't know. So anyway, I made a little short video of it and took a couple of pictures of how it was listed and sent it back to HTM, sent the pictures via email. And I was like, I don't recall this looking like this the first time I had this knife, but what's going on here? Is this something normal? Because I didn't think it was. So anyway, it's a gal named Lacey. She actually is really good. She gets back to you super fast, and you know, I was trying to be extremely patient with her, and she just said, you know what, send it back, no questions asked, nothing. She was like, we'll just replace it. So I was like, all right. So a couple days later, I ended up sending it back, but the original HTM Snap that I had a different blade steel. It was a CTS B75P. And I did ask her if they had any more of those in stock, just because I wanted a different blade style, something out of the norm. And I never heard back from her. And then a week later, I got this in the mail. So I just got this a couple days ago. I got this back. I've flipped this thing probably 1,000 times. I'm working this thing over. I want to see if there's any malfunctions, because I must have had a straight up lemon knife the first go around, because it was just garbage. So anyway, everything's great. Super tight lockup. Everything's good on there. Super smooth. There's no squeaking or anything. You know, like I didn't have to oil it. It was already, I don't know if it's their factory oil that they have on there or not. The other big thing for me too is that this came back, or this brand new came very sharp. The original one I got was super dull. But anyway, this is 154 cm blade steel. It's awesome steel. It's great. But like I said, I just kind of wanted that other steel back, because it's I don't own any of that type of steel. So, and I'm a huge knife collector. So anyway, I really want to give HTM another shot. I want to buy another HTM knife. I want the gun hammer. I just don't want to go through what I did with this again. And I don't think anybody should have to go through that, regardless of how awesome their customer service is or not. But I think I'm gonna wait on it a little bit. We'll see what happens. But if I do get another HTM, it's gonna be that torpedo gun hammer, that torpedo blade. So anyway, I just wanted to do a follow up video because HTM did take care of me, and that's awesome. So take care, guys.